Here we're asked to find the solutions to a system of equations algebraically, and we're given an equation of a line and a circle. The first step is to take that linear equation and solve it for y. So you just write it down, and we're going to go through the steps to solve this for y. Once we know what y equals, in this case y equals 2x plus 1/2, what we're going to do is we're going to take the second equation and we are going to substitute that in for y. At this point, we need to start simplifying this and then move it so it is set equal to 0. Notice that I've split that up so I can use the FOIL method to multiply. The next step is to combine your like terms. And the final step is to subtract 1 from each side, so it's set equal to 0, and we can start solving using the quadratic formula. In order to solve using the quadratic formula, we need to identify what A is, what B is, and what C is. Now we go to the quadratic formula and we rewrite this. But instead of A, we put a 5, instead of B, we put a 2, and instead of C, we put a -3/4. Once we've substituted our values into the quadratic formula, you start to simplify. So we're just rewriting it, but we're squaring and multiplying. Before we can take the square root, we need to add 14 and 15, and then we can take the square root and round that decimal. At this point in using the quadratic equation, we want to split up this plus or minus because this is actually -2 plus 4.4 divided by 10, and it's -2 minus 4.4 divided by 10. So we put each of those into our calculator to find out what x is. So we're almost there. We just found out our two x values, and we just need to find out the y values so we have our solutions or the points where they intersect. So we know the x value is 2.4, and we don't know the y value for that. And we know our other x value is -0.64, and we need to find the y value for that. So what we do is we go back to our original equations, and it's best to use the linear equation, the 2x minus y equals 1/2. We're going to substitute in 2.4 for x and solve for y. And once we do that for the first point, we need to do the same for the second point. So substitute in -0.64 for x and then solve for y. So after all of that, we have our two solutions. This is a point where they intersect, and this is a point where they intersect. So these are the solutions to this system of equations.